Welcome to Fort Worth, Texas, and Amon G. Carter Stadium, home of the TCU Horned Frogs. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Kentucky Wildcats taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the TCU Horned Frogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Horned Frogs will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Now what they had in mind to start this drive, here comes 2nd and 13. A designed run for the quarterback. Trying to tackle this guy's a business decision as he gets it up to the 29. The Wildcats racing to the line in the hurry-up. Now on the move. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Lining up for a first down play. They want to run it left here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. To the air. It's Pierce. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Got room at the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Now on first down from the 28.
Get set.
On the move. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did How about the speed by the QB on that play?
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It's complete. He gets it in. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. He'll call for the fair catch here. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, Dave, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The give to the back. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5. Kentucky right back to the line. They'll try to bully their way for the first. At midfield, he's got room. And he breaks into the open. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. But with the ISO play, you'd think they'd get a good running start to get that block. But, boy, I tell you what, they took care of business there. The defense did.
Took care of business. You see the pulling guard come around, and the defense is not full, attacking downhill. Nobody's getting knocked off the football. The defense is not allowing them to run the football right up the gut.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, 3rd and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. 3rd downs has been such a struggle for this offense.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Touchdown, Kentucky. Number 23.
Lining up to add another.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
Right down the middle.
Kick is good.
That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Bringing it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Using his legs, it's Kane. Danced his way through traffic, pick up a 4 to the 19.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. Looking for a man. It's Pierce. He's got his man.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Wide receiver shows motion. Takes it from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He lofts one down the sideline. Throw to the sideline. And they've got a big play.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to move it through the air. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Okay, ready?
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Over. Ready. Reload.
They'll try the run. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. Just want positive yards, make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Catch in the middle. It's Kane. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, TCU! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing, great job getting the touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
This is a designed run. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a...
Hit the afterburners, kid. Run out of bounds just before he can get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
They'll run the option. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky!
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air, can make plays with his feet like this, runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fair catch called for and made. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Now they'll run it to the right here. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score tied at 14.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Movement here from the tight end. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
You got to wonder if that's a moral victory for this offensive line because they have not been running the ball well at all game long. But on that short yardage situation, they finally pick it up, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst for them to get this thing going and spark the run game.
Pass on the way, it's picked off. Got room on the return. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Wildcats. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And the returner is stopped. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have them, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
Here we go. Double right.
From the gun, running back on the move. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Pierce. He makes the connection. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down.
And when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football. And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
Hey, Cam. Razor.
Leaves it with the running back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Under.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. They'll go back to the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Get set. Can.
Handoff to the lone back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Third down coming up.
On the
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quickly complete. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
In a fourth and goal situation, bring in the beef. The goal line package, all the heavy guys, the tight ends, and just pound the rock when you need it. Running back falling forward, getting the touchdown. Offense just went big on your booty.
And the point after is good. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Wide open. He makes the catch. Kentucky going quickly. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
Timeout, TCU.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. They want to run this quarterback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He wants to throw. He caught it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. On the move. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped, but he found a couple of cracks in that cover team and gets it out to the 43. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Timeout, Kentucky.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Looking to throw, it's Pierce. He hurls one deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
TCU.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
First half. With the score, Kentucky 28, TCU 20.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Woodhead. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Horned Frogs will take over. First and 10.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing consistently.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
That's a bad sign for the offense. You're trying to throw screen passes to try to negate the pass rush from the defense. That time, the pass rush even got home on a screen pass.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Wide out in motion. Quarterback will audible. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Going for it all. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Takes it the other way. And he was finding space, and he took it all the way back to the 22.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They'll throw it on first down. It's complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
21.
He'll bring it out. It's Woodhead. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13.
First and 10.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely.
Second and 10 here. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you throw it to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Scanning the field, it's Pierce. And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the exact opposite of what happened. Now you set them up in beautiful scoring field position already. Really bad play by the offense.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He'll ride his man on the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
He'll take it himself. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Kentucky! The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21.
Man, oh man, what a day. His 3rd touchdown rushing, showing you he's got a little bit of everything, and padding those stats. And all you fantasy football guys, if you have my man at running back, that's a good day.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Right back to the well. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking downfield, it's Pierce. Scrambling away. Fires downfield. It's caught. Running toward the tape. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. He just lost track of where he was on the field. Entire body past the line of scrimmage. Illegal forward pass, and they will back him up. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Hauls it in. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Finds the tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Off the play fake. Going up top. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Timber. Tuna.
Dropping back, it's Pierce. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're playing.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Kentucky right back to the line. He was showing off those wide receiver skills out of the backfield, making that diving grab.
And if you're going to be a running back nowadays, you're going to the wide receiver drills during practice. Like, you have to be a weapon that we can use all over the field. And you see why. He's got mitts. He looks like a wide receiver.
No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That's caught. It's Schuster. They get him down after he makes the catch.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw it again. Gonna let it fly. He's got it inside the 15. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback keeper. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. That last score just a little icing on the cake in this one as they get set to kick it away again. Coming out with it, it's Woodhead. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. TCU has it back in the Horned Frogs go on offense. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Back to throw, it's Pierce. Finds his tight end. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter.
Kentucky 45, TCU 28.
First down to start the drive after the break.
29 Philly. 2, ready, go.
He's going to pass. Dumps it to the back. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And with that one, he's now over 3 bills for the game.
And there's 2 reasons why, Reese. He's made good decisions, and he's been accurate throwing the football all game long.
Looking to go up top on first down. Makes his connection. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
From the gun on third down. Got a man. It's Kane. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On fourth down, looking to pass. Gets it out fast. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Using the quick game. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
Coming after it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Here we go.
To the air, it's Pierce. Fires left. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Crow. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Well, this offense is given a lesson right now on how to fight through adversity because first and second down was ugly, but they come up with that huge completion to now set up a manageable fourth down opportunity to keep this drive alive.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. They'll run it on first and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, TCU! Ready to try the point after.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
This quarterback part of their running game. The Wildcats get the first down.
By the quarterback. Gain of 4. And that's good enough for a first down.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback keeps it. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Coming out on second down, trying to put this one away. Using his feet. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Wildcats are rolling down the field. A run for the quarterback. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting into the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the fullback. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked real.
For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football, getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Here comes the offense on 1st down.
Get set, get set.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Fires to the right. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls in.
TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Looking to throw, it's Pierce. Throws to the wideout. Working on the right. Open runway ahead. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. Just over a minute to go, and if they have a chance, they've got to come up with this onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
The big fullback's got it. Smashes through. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
They'll power it inside with the fullback. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters. And this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps. They've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.